Okay, this is Fred Eberly from Toshiba Business Solutions. Just wanted to share some examples of things that we can do when tying devices like multifunction devices, copiers, into back-end systems and helping to capture information when scanning is happening. We just did one for a physical therapy group where they had a series of documents that they were scanning and uploading into their EMR system. And they were basically doing a lot of scanning and file naming after the fact. So what we did is we laid it in on the device that they purchased from us so that they could put in what they want right from the screen. So on the screen, they can put in first name and last name of the client, and each one might have a different set of information that they're looking for, and we use this information to build the file name. So I'll just show you a couple of these. Again, in this case, this one has a frequency duration, and when they're red, that just means it's a required entry. So we can have a series of different inputs here, required or not. And again, like these might have different information, like here the date the script was written because of what they're looking for that particular piece of documentation. You can also do things like a drop-down list. So if I wanted to have a selection of documents that they might be scanning, I can select what it is. It helps to keep everything uniform, which was one of the challenges they were having in keeping their naming structure the same when they're trying to just vocalize what they want their staff to do versus having it forced in this system here. So the other neat thing when we talk about what we call a drop-down list here is we can tie those back to other systems. So if you have a database of, say your client base or whatever, we could link something like this field back to your system so that when they key it in, we can do a search and pull names back just the way they're written in your system. So a lot of flexibility with what we do in situations like this. Again, here's another example of different things that they're being able to select and based on what they're doing. And again, just forces the index entry a bit. When it comes back to the documents as they land, what's happening is I was just using my name here, it's building the file name out based on the input of what they're selecting at the device. So it makes it really, really simple to be able to grab all the information that they need, and this is just a couple different samples from some of the profiles that were there. This one had the frequency 3 weeks, or 3 times a week, 4 weeks. This one's 7 visits. So again, it's real basic for what they're doing, but this really helped them clean up and standardize what was happening throughout that process. So biggest thing I can say is when we look at some of the tools that we do here, again, it's not just about the multifunction device, it's about what we can do to make it easier to how that thing ties into what you're doing in your workflow. And if we can capture and do a nicer job of landing the document, even back here, you might have noticed there's XML files. We can create the document itself, hand you the PDF file or convert it to TIFF, whatever you want, JPEG, and hand you index data that can also be uploaded with that. Some systems you work with might be able to take that information and digest it right in so that when we store a document, it can be stored exactly where it belongs within your application. So a lot of different things that we can do here. Be happy to talk to you more about what we were able to do and again, clean up some of the workflow processes. So that's everything I wanted to show you here. If you have any questions, again, my name's Fred Eberly, and you can reach me at fred.eberly@tbs.toshiba.com. Thanks.